Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. As Big Boy Braz with us. We got Thanos with us as well. The Raptors get onslaughted from start to finish by the Charlotte Hornets with the undermanned team. Obviously, with COVID, the Raptors still didn't have OG, Pascal, and Freddie in the lineup. Bembry goes back home, back to Charlotte, or North Carolina, and gets a beatdown. Lamelo led the way for the Charlotte Hornets. He was flirting with the triple-double. I believe he had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in 31 minutes, a block and a steal, and he had 6 threes for the game. Lowry led the way for the Raptors. He had 19 points to lead the way with the team in 30 minutes with 6 rebounds and 8 assists. He had a steal. So without further ado, I know there isn't much to talk about in this game because there weren't that many positives, but I want to start with you, Anujan. How did you feel watching the Raptors get done up at one point by almost 25 points?
I feel like the first quarter, their defense wasn't solid. They just kept give Charlotte credit. Like, they made their shots. Like, I don't know, tonight was one of their nights. They made, like, their guards made all their threes. And Norman Powell didn't step up tonight. Like, he was on a slump tonight. I don't know what happened, but I was expecting more from him last night.
He had 13 points for the game. Well, obviously wasn't one of his best offensive outings, but those barrage of threes in the first quarter from Charlotte
killed us,
which led to 44 points for them in that first quarter. I think they 20-point mercied us in the first quarter. 44-24. Bravs, I'll throw it to you. What'd you feel? Like, obviously, Charlotte took advantage last night. How did you feel overall about the Raptors?
Well, Nugent said, like, the Charlotte Hornets came out, they all hit their shots, right? I think PJ Washington was like 100% behind the arc. I think he was like 3 for 3. And then Terry Rozier, this guy was like scary Terry, man. I think he was perfect, right? No, actually, no, he wasn't. He was 4 for 11. But he hit like big threes when needed. Correct myself, PJ Washington was 2 for 5, right? He wasn't perfect, but he went 2 for 5. Even Lamelo went 6 for 9, right? Yeah. So, like, that whole squad was like boom, boom, boom. They're like on top of it, but
they're all efficient for the most part from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they're super.
Don't forget Devontae Graham too. That guy killed it too off the bench.
I had Devontae Graham in my IL still on my fantasy. I was so sad. And I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I should put him up, but it is what it is. It's fine. Our perimeter defense, like, we should. The moment we, I guess we didn't have like Freddie and like all those guys who are like pretty good perimeter defenders. But like the moment like we gave them too much space here. Like, we gave them, like, we were a second slow. So like when they pulled up, we were like a feet away and we couldn't like contest the shots. So that was, like, I was pretty upset with that. But there were a lot of stupid plays. I think Bembry was doing his stupid passes, like stupid turnovers. There was like a play where we were like, down by 10 and like we could have made it. We could have made it closer, but these stupid turnovers were like nonstop, and then we just made it worse.
Yeah, there were costly turnovers that led to us like not being able to go on a solid run for us to kind of get back in the game and cut it down to single digits. I think the lowest we ever cut the lead was 10 points.
It was 10 points, yeah.
And in the first quarter, like, our offense wasn't there for the first half of that first quarter. We only scored 4 points in like the first 6 minutes of the game.
You gotta give credit to Larry though. Larry, like, when the other guys weren't stepping up, he started being more aggressive.
Yeah.
He started he went into the paint, got layups, made threes. Like, he came through in the first 2 quarters. And then after that, we just kind of went down from there.
We saw the presence of Henry Ellison, right?
Yeah. Bro, I wanted to see that so badly, man. I saw him. I got so happy.
Dude, he wasn't bad. He got those rebounds. It was a big presence. Like, yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, but he stepped up.
He almost got a double-double tonight. But, I mean, most of it was garbage minutes, though.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
Sure. But he did good.
Yeah, 9 points, 9 rebounds, but he was only 1 of 5 from beyond the arc last night.
Yeah.
And I honestly think the difference in this game was the fact that the Raptors were missing their guard play.
Yeah.
And Charlotte had their guard play that came out from the beginning, from start to finish, guns blazing, and they all were shooting and making threes. Their offense never slowed down. Like, the Raptors were able to kind of cut it down a little bit here and there,
Yeah,
but for the most part, their threes look like every single one that went up was going in.
for sure.
For the Raptors, I want to see how many threes these guys made for the game. They made 21 threes last night. 21 of 49. That was a little less than 50%.
Yo, there's a one-shot Matt Thomas hit behind the arc. That's pretty.
Oh
deep.
yeah. I
Like,
seen that. Yeah.
I was pretty amped. I was like, yo, there's like 12 seconds left on the clock, and I was pretty amped. But then he missed like 2 in a row after, and I'm like,
He also got baptized by one block by, I think, Jaden.
Yeah, but McDaniels, that was nasty.
He was like a volleyball spike straight back to half court.
that guy cheated, yo. He was like standing there waiting for it, and he's like over.
He wanted to make that bucket though. He could have passed it.
They shot 43% from beyond the arc, 21 of 49, like I said, and from the field they shot 49% for the game, 39 of 80 as a whole team. The Raptors shot 38% from the field, 37 and 96 field goal attempts, and then they made 15 threes last night out of 46 attempts for 33%. I don't think there was really much to talk about in this game.
No.
Obviously, most of the positives were on the Charlotte side.
It was a good situation for our bench guys to like get PT and like just see them grow, right? And
Watson got 12 points tonight. I mean, yeah.
Watson got 27 minutes. Got to see him. Henry Ellison played. Even the other guy for 905, I forget his name.
Jalen Harris.
Yeah, Jalen Harris. He showed up.
Yeah, he got a 3.
Yeah, he hit a 3. He came with confidence. Like you just like those are for me. Those are good takers. I know we dropped in the standings, but that's soft. Our guys will come back and we'll step up.
Paul Watson, like you guys mentioned, he had a pretty nice dunk at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Even though he had the Charlotte announcers going crazy too for a hot second there. The free throws, the Raptors, they're still pretty efficient. They shot 83%, 15 of 18 attempts. Charlotte only shot 79%, 15 of 19. But when you make that many threes, free throws,
it doesn't matter.
All you can do is just, tip your hat off to those guys. They came out, they took advantage of an undermanned Raptors team, and they took care of business like they should have. Yeah. And they won a redemption for those 2 close games in Tampa, where they lost, I think, both by 3 points each.
By 2 or 3 points, yeah.
Yeah, so they got some redemption there. The Raptors are going for another game against a playoff contender.
Bulls.
In the Chicago Bulls on a second night of a back-to-back.
Your man, Lauri Markkanen.
I heard they're going to take Kobe White and Wendell Carter out of the starting lineup and start Satoransky and Thaddeus Young for the game.
No way.
Yeah, I think they're trying to switch it up a little bit.
But Markkanen is playing.
Zach LaVine, though, I'm loving him right now. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it right now.
I hope he doesn't do that against the Raptors, though. We need a W.
Are they coming back?
No, they're not. No, they're out tonight.
What?
I think they really do have COVID, though. That's the thing, because it's not just contact tracing anymore. They wouldn't be out for this long.
Yeah, 100%. It's been almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're on a 4-game skid right now. The first time we've been on a 4-game skid since 2017.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility that we can drop 5 in a row right now based on the fact that we're still undermanned.
When you guys step up, Powell, man, what are you doing, Just snap out of it, Go get some Chick-fil-A in Atlanta or some shit, I don't know,
Chick-fil-A in Atlanta or Chicago?
Or you go to Chicago and get those deep dish pizza. I don't know, man. Do something, Go get something and step up, Fuck.
You took the words right out of my mouth with that deep dish pizza. I was going to say, do they have Osmos down there? Because he might need one of those wraps. I want to talk about the rebounding. The Raptors, rebounding's been an issue throughout the season. Aaron Baines was nowhere to be found last night.
Yeah.
Right? Only that one 3-pointer.
Yeah. He had that one 3-pointer during the crucial part of the game to go from 9 points to 12 points in that first quarter, the top of the key.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the Raptors rebounding is still a problem. They got out-rebounded by 5 only last night. But still, 51-46 offensive rebounds. We actually lost the overall rebounding category, but offensive rebounds, we won 13-8 last night, so +5.
Henry Ellison did some good rebounding for our squad as well.
Yeah, my brother mentioned he almost had a double-double last night, right?
Yeah.
Boucher, bro, he got thrown like a rag doll. He got beat up last night.
Yeah.
You seen that? Biombo hit him in the head once, with his own head.
Oh.
And then, with his elbow, he hit him in the face. And then there was another play when McDaniels did the same thing. This man was on the floor, but he got up, bro.
Yeah. He just to him, He stood up.
I think they said he split his lip.
Yeah,
did he?
He was bleeding.
Oh, shoot.
Assists-wise, we were we were down by 5, 30-25. Most of that had to do, Lamelo had some really good passes last night.
Yeah, Lamelo, like he's a better ball.
For sure. He's definitely coming out and showing his full potential and that talent that everyone was hyping about for the longest time. He's living up to his dad's word by saying he is the best ball brother out of all three of them.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's going to run away with the Rookie of the Year.
You think he'll be better than Zion, or you think he's just right now just hype and he's just like gonna ride it till
I think he could definitely do a lot more than Zion, but that Zion's had that appeal since high school. The hype train's not going to go away for Zion, but I think LaMelo's stock is on the rise right now.
For sure.
Steals wise, the Raptors were a +1, 11-10. Blocks, the Raptors were down -1, 6-5. And turnovers was what killed. Actually, no, wow. Bro, we only had 16 turnovers for the game, and Charlotte had 28, so we were +12.
But still, only 16. Like those 16, like nasty, like.
Yeah, I think our turnovers led to more points. Right?
The only reason was because our turnovers led to 3-point baskets, so it added up way faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're unstoppable behind RKC. They were like lights out.
Yeah. It was in the first quarter, man. They just went all out in the first quarter.
I think the first quarter and third quarter were the only ones where we let them score a lot more than they should have. In the first quarter, like I mentioned earlier, they scored 44 points. And in the third quarter, they scored 31. For the second and fourth quarter, we held them to 23 points and 16 points. Even though we weren't there to actually get the game back, to have a chance to win it, we definitely did do our part in the second and fourth quarter, kind of give ourselves a chance to try to get back in the game and give ourselves a chance to win. But it didn't feel like that when you're watching the game live. It didn't feel like we had any chance to win that game.
Yeah.
I knew like I was telling myself, like, if by the third we don't cut it down to 10 points, there's no way we're gonna come back. Because any lead in the NBA is you can come back from, but like the moment because I think in the third they were +10 Hornets. So I was telling myself, if Raptors were +10 going into the third, +10 mean like they scored 10 more points in the third, then we have a chance, right? Then we could come back and like close out in the fourth. But Hornets were +10 in the third quarter and just destroyed us after.
They just had an answer every time we went on a run.
Yeah.
They just made a three every time, or a basket, some sort of basket.
Gordon Hayward didn't even have himself a good game. He messed me up in fantasy last night. In 26 minutes, he had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, with 2 steals and a block. But the guard play, like I mentioned earlier, was the reason why they won this game. Terry Rozier in 22 minutes had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Lamelo Ball. In 31 minutes had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a block. And Devontae Graham off the bench in 17 minutes had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And Malik Monk came off the bench. In 19 minutes, he had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal, and a block. Their big men, obviously, were not any slouches either. They were bullying the Raptors all night. PJ Washington, in 25 minutes, had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, with 2 steals and a block. And Cody Zeller in 22 minutes had 10 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. And Bismack Biyombo didn't do much, but in 20 minutes, he had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block.
Yeah.
I pretty much got through the main guys that really put their stamp on
the Martin brothers, right? The Martin brothers were good too just last night.
Yeah, they hit a couple of threes here and there, but they weren't the reason why we lost yesterday.
Yeah, no, the reason why we lost was Lamelo.
I mentioned earlier we need to put out an APB for Aaron Baines in this game because he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
12 minutes, he had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Stanley Johnson, 14 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. 3 points, 2 rebounds.
Yo, he had a stupid turnover, yo. Sorry, I cut you off, but he had a stupid turnover. There was one play where
Cody Zeller.
Yeah, Cody Zeller. Yeah, Cody Zeller looked like a baller, man.
Cody Zeller almost made it to Shaq in the full.
Yeah.
That dunk.
DeAndre Bembry, 25 minutes, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in his return back home. Chris Boucher in 32 minutes at 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. Paul Watson was one of the highlights of the game.
Yeah.
He in 27 minutes he scored 12 points, a rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He's getting those consistent minutes right now. Hopefully, he can show out a little bit more against Chicago. Matt Thomas, like you mentioned earlier, had that deep three. In 20 minutes, he had 6 points, 5 rebounds. That's pretty much it. But if you can shoot bombs like that, bro, put him in the game.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes off, kills it. We just gotta be able to contain Zach LaVine.
Norman Powell needs to play better. I mean, a lot of the starters didn't play more than 32 minutes, I think. And so they should have fresh legs to come out and play. That game was basically done in the first half.
Yeah, 41 points, right? Hornets scored. It was terrible.
So who we throwing under the bus?
The whole team, yo. The whole team.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
The Raptors are 10th in the East right now, and Charlotte, after last night's win, moved up to 5th place in the Eastern Conference. And we lost 114-104. The score doesn't do justice for how bad the game was.
Yeah, they benched their guys early, and then our benches came in and just like brought it close. But yeah, not enough time.
Yeah.
But Anujan, to answer your question, throwing under the bus, if I were to throw one player, I would say Norman Powell, because we needed his offense and he didn't show up. So I would say him and Aaron Baines, them two.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Baines is finally making the bus.
I was gonna throw Bembry in the bus, but I do agree with your points on Powell and Baines. So I do agree. Let's put Powell on the bus.
Bembry, for the most part, I mean, he did what he could in his return back home. I think he produced more than he usually does, and I'm okay with that. But Norman Powell averaging 20 points as a starter, 13 is not going to cut it for an undermanned Raptors roster.
For sure.
Star player of the game, I might have to go with Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, same. Kyle Lowry.
Floor general, yeah.
Yeah, he for the most part, when he did his best to kind of keep the game together, to keep the game close. No, for the most part, Kyle Lowry during those times, he was able to. Well, he didn't really do much, but he was doing his part to try and keep the game close and hitting those big threes to try and stop them from their barrage of threes, stop the bleeding. So all y'all agree about him being the star?
Kyle Lowry, yeah.
Okay. Any final thoughts before we end the podcast?
See this losing to end, yo.
We should. I mean, after last night's game, I feel like we should give Henry Ellenson another opportunity, because I felt like this is his first game in the league, like coming back into the league. I feel like the nerves are setting in, so I feel like if he plays the second game, I think he'll make his threes. So I just hope they give him more minutes, because Baines didn't step up last night, and like I don't know, like I hope Baines steps up against Chicago. But I'm saying if he doesn't, I feel like we should just put in Henry Ellenson for a bit.
I think with Wendell Carter, if he's playing the center position, I think Henry Ellenson can start the game.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
What Anujan said, like if you like what you said, Henry Ellison comes on starting 5, and then put maybe be creative, put Boucher in the 4, and then play kind of. We're not playing big ball because Boucher and Ellison aren't like that big, right? It'll be small ball still, kind of.
Yeah, for the most part. All right, that's gonna do it for this podcast. Appreciate for everyone tuning in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow your boys, because we come up with these lit videos every single day.
Go Raptors! Let's go Raptors!
Hopefully that positive energy stops them from continuing that losing streak and adding to it. We'll be back later with the post-game Raptors podcast. Till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.